Hi, my name is Yogya Bhatia and I'm a legal intern at LEXIS and Company. Today I'll be talking about emergency provisions under Indian Constitution. India is a federal country of its own kind. It requires unitary features during an emergency. Due to this reason, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar called the Indian federal system as unique because it becomes entirely unitary during an emergency. During an emergency, as constitution machinery fails, the system converts itself into a unitary feature. The emergency of a period of depression where all fundamental rights of a person is taken away except Article 20 and 21. Emergency definition. An emergency is a situation which arises due to the failure of the government machinery which causes or demands immediate action from the authority. According to the Black Laws Dictionary, emergency is a situation which requires quick action and immediate notice as such a situation causes a threat to the life and property in the nation. It is a failure of the social system to deliver reasonable conditions. Types of emergency. Part A of Indian Constitution deals with emergency provision, that is Article 352 to 360. There are three types of emergencies mentioned in the Constitution. The power of imposing all three types of emergencies is vested upon the President of India. The concept of emergency was borrowed from the Weimar Constitution of Germany. The three types are as follows: Article 352 National Emergency, Article 356 President's Rule, Article 360 Financial Emergency. Grounds for the proclamation of emergency. National emergency. Grounds for the proclamation of national emergency are as follows: war. When a country declares a formal war against India and there is a violent struggle using armed force, the President of India may impose national emergency. External aggression. When a country attacks another country without any formal declaration of war, it is unilateral attack by a country towards India. In such circumstances, the President of India may impose a national emergency. Armed rebellion. Emergency due to the armed rebellion may be imposed by the President of India when a group of people rebel against the present government, which will lead to the destruction of lives and property. State emergency. Grounds for the proclamation of the state emergency is a failure in the constitutional machinery in the state. In this emergency, when governor of the state is satisfied that the state is not functioning in accordance with the constitutional provision, then he may write his report to the President of India. And the President, if satisfied by the report, may impose the President's rule. After that, the President will become the executive head of the state. Financial emergency. Grounds for proclamation of the financial emergency is that when arises in the country which leads to a financial crisis in India. The President of India may impose emergency to tackle this situation. In this situation, the central authority may reduce the budget or cut the budget given to the state. Salaries of the government officials may be deducted. Reason for emergency in India. National emergency. Article 352 deals with the proclamation of emergency or national emergency. The President of India has the power to declare an emergency in India or any part of India by making a proclamation. Under this article, the President is satisfied that a grave emergency exists in India to which there is a threat to security of the nation. He may declare emergency on the grounds of war, external aggression, armed rebellion. The word armed rebellion was substituted for internal disturbance by the 44th Constitutional Amendment Act 1978. National emergency has been imposed 3 times in India so far. The time period in which this was happened was 1962 to 1977. Brief description of the emergencies are: an emergency was imposed at the time of Indo-China War by the then President of India, Dr. Savrepal Radhakrishnan, on the grounds of external aggression from October 26, 1962. External aggression means when a country attacks another country without any formal declaration of war. It is a unilateral attack by any country towards another country. For example, if a country attacks India without any formal declaration of war, in such a scenario, the President of India may impose a national emergency. Again, an emergency was imposed from December 3, 1971 to March 21, 1977 by the then President of India, Mr. V.V. Giri, during the Indo-Pakistan War. The reason was the same as above, that is external aggression. The third emergency was due to the clash between legislature and judiciary. Miss Indira Nehru Gandhi and the then Prime Minister of India, with the permission of the then President Farooquddin Ali Ahmad, declared an emergency. It was imposed for a period of 19 months from June 25, 1975 to March 21, 1977. State emergency. Article 356 deals with the state emergency of President's rule in the state. The President of India has the power to proclaim the state emergency when he receives a report from the governor of that particular state explaining that the situation in that state government is such that they cannot carry out the constitutional provisions. President's rule has been imposed on the state of Jammu and Kashmir for 6 years and 264 days from January 19th to October 9th. The state has always been a target for many external elements. The Indian government imposed President's rule to control the situation of Jammu and Kashmir, which was facing a military threat from Pakistan. Punjab was under the President's rule for 4 years and 259 days from June 11 The reason for imposing president's rule in Punjab was the control of Khalistan Commando Forces, which was a Sikh organization which was involved in a genocide attack on Hindus. Thank you.